today. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Walton. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Jones. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On 3rd down, Love. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He'll go underneath here to his running back. Catch is made. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down loose losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's caught to Charles. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And right side, they're going to go option here. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll start the drive with Wilson. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. John Simon in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, it's Wilson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. Shifts past him at the 45. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Love. This goes out right to Doyle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there. Get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
They'll run on 1st down. Wilson. Oh, look at the juke. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing. Love. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Love now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They go bootleg. Love. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They go play action here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Lawrence. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Charles. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is taken at the 23. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. 57's the mic. Rock 57.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On 1st down, Wilson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Sims. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The throw over the middle taken in. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Jones throwing the out route and complete. That's Walton. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Atlanta regains possession of the football and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Love now to pass on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly. Get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run the toss here to Wilson. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays second down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Doyle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action this time with Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Love.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Love. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jones. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Charles. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, this throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Pass incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Going back to Love. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. So nothing doing there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jones now. A final shot before break. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everybody to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. but they're ready for the second half, and we are too. As we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll run on first down. Wilson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another carry for Wilson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Oh, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down. Love. And a completion to Wilson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Jones on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off play action. Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, It's Wilson. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, Love. Ertz over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Love. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
And a sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw again on 2nd down. Love. Another throw for Collins. This one complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. Open man here, Sims, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give. This is Wilson. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Love, they go play action now. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give. Running left is Wilson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Collins. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket, because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back, but every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And now here's a carry heading left. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there.
How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Love. He gets it to Sims. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawrence. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Jones on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Charles. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Catch made right side by Wilson. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one is right through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So they haven't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Wilson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Wilson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Love. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wilson going to try the right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Love. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Behind the chains, second and 13. From the gun, Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Doyle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Jones now on 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fump. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. The Love's throw taken in by Collins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Love. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is taken at the 18. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. A little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Jones on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jones. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
To throw is Jones.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll run on 1st down. Wilson, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run again with Wilson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Collins.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's Wilson. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Now Jones. Going right side here, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Jones. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition, work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.